Hello students, in previous chapter we have studied about motion of an object along a straight line, uniform and non-uniform motion. Today we are going to start chapter 2, force and laws of motion. In this chapter we will discuss about what is the main cause of the motion. So let's start chapter 2 and first, what is the force? If we have a stationary object, when we apply force of this object, then it will move. So in this way we can say the force is the main cause of the motion. Okay, so the effort or cause which sets stationary object into motion or change the speed of the object or change the direction of the object is called force. Or in this way we can also define force is an external effort in the form of pushing, pulling or stretching of an object. Or force is a push or pull of an object is called force. Okay, so let's understand what is the effects of the force. So for number one, force can set stationary object into motion. For example, when we kick a stationary football, then football begins to move. Our day-to-day life, we experienced about what is the main effects of the force. And number two, force can stop the moving object. For example, a moving ball can stopped by the force exerted by our hand when we catch it. Okay, and next, number three, force can change the speed of moving object. For example, when moving car, when we apply brakes, then car becomes stop. And next, force can change the direction of the moving object. For example, when a batsman hits the ball, the direction of the ball changed. And next, number five, force can change the shape and size of the object. For example, when we stretch a rubber band, its shape and size changes. So these are the effects of the force, most important. And this is also definition of the force. So resultant force. Let's discuss with the example what is the resultant force. So the definition of resultant force here, force equivalent of these forces which can produce same acceleration in object is called resultant force or net force, which can produce same acceleration. So let's understand with this example. If we have three conditions here. First, if two forces of 4 Newton and 6 Newton acting on an object in same direction. If we have object and 4 Newton force and 6 Newton force acting in same direction, then the resultant force equal 6 Newton plus 4 Newton. 4 Newton plus 6 Newton equal 10 Newton, because both forces acting in same direction. The resultant force equal 4 Newton plus 6 Newton equal 10 Newton. And next condition here, if two forces are acting in opposite direction, then the resultant force equal 6 Newton minus 4 Newton equal 2 Newton. Two forces 4 Newton and 6 Newtons acting in opposite direction, then obviously 6 Newton force is greater than the 4 Newton force. Then 6 Newton force minus 4 Newton force equal 2 Newton force. Then the object move along the 6 Newton force, because 2 Newton force is resultant force. Okay, then the 4 Newton force, 6 Newton force acting in opposite direction, then 6 Newton minus 4 Newton equal 2 Newton force, then it's become 2 Newton force is resultant force. Second condition. And last condition, if two forces of equal magnitude acting in opposite direction, then the resultant force becomes 0. We have a two forces 6 Newton and 6 Newton acting in opposite direction, then resultant force becomes 0. Okay, here 6 Newton force and 6 Newton force apply in this block, and because the magnitude of the forces, both forces is same, equal, the resultant force equal 0. So these are resultant force, and these are example of the resultant force. Okay. Balanced and unbalanced force. Next topic, most important topics here. Balanced and unbalanced force. So let's understand what is the balanced force. When the resultant force of an object is 0, then it is called balanced force. If we have a block and 6 Newton force and 6 Newton force apply on this block, then this block cannot move because both forces in same magnitude. Then in this way we can say the force apply on this block is same and resultant force. So balanced force produces no acceleration in the object, okay, because it cannot move or same forces apply. Okay. And some examples of the balanced force here. A book placed on the table is the example of the balanced force. And next, in the tug of war, both teams apply equal force. Tug of war, rassakasi, both teams apply same force. And balanced forces acting upon a balloon can change the shape and size of the balloon. Two types of forces apply in same, then the balloon change their position. Okay. And this is the example also. A block have two forces same magnitude, then the resultant force 0, and this block cannot move. So this is the balanced force. Okay. And next, unbalanced forces. So when the resultant of all forces acting on an object is not 0, then the forces are called unbalanced forces, or forces are unbalanced forces. As a result of unbalanced forces acting on an object, the speed and direction of the object changes. So unbalanced forces produces acceleration in the object, most important point. And example, here we have a block, 3 Newton force apply and 5 Newton force apply in the opposite directions. Then 5 Newton force and 3 Newton force. Then this object move along 5 Newton force, because 5 Newton force is greater than 3 Newton force. How much greater than 5? 5 minus 3, 2 Newton greater. Then this block can move. So here the force is called unbalanced force. Okay. And next, let's understand comparison between balanced and unbalanced forces. So here unbalanced forces and balanced forces. So number one, they can move an object at rest. Unbalanced can move an object at rest, but balanced force, they do not change the state of rest of an object. First comparison. And next, they can change the state of motion of an object. Unbalanced force can change the state of motion of an object because this is unbalanced force. And balanced forces, they do not change the state of motion of an object. And next, they produce unbalanced forces produce acceleration or deceleration of motion. But balanced force, they do not produce any acceleration. Okay, important point. Unbalanced forces produces accelerated or decelerated motion, but balanced forces do not produce acceleration. And number 4, they can change the direction of motion of the object. Unbalanced force can change the direction of motion of the object, but balanced force, they cannot change the direction of the moving object. Balanced force cannot change the direction of the moving object. And number 5, last, the resultant of all forces acting on the object is not 0 in balanced force. The resultant of all forces acting on the object is not 0, but balanced force, the resultant of all the forces acting on the object is zero. We already know. So these are comparisons between balanced and unbalanced force. Okay, let's discuss about laws of motion. An English physicist, all of you know already, Sir Isaac Newton, gave three laws of motion known as Newton's law of motion. Three laws of motion. First law of motion is known as law of inertia. According to the first law of motion, every object at rest position, then it will be also remains at rest position unless applied force on it, or if any object at motion, then it also remains in motion unless applied force on it. This is also known as law of inertia. And second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, is known as law of momentum. The rate of change of momentum with time is directly proportional to the force applied on it. F equal k into ma. This is also known as law of momentum. Rate of change of momentum with time is directly proportional to the force applied on it. And last one is most important. Newton's first, second, third laws are most important, and this is used our day-to-day life. Third law of motion, action and reaction. Every object creates action and equal reactions. Every object have equal and opposite reaction. Okay, so these are three laws of motion. First, let's discuss about first laws of motion. Here, an object statement: an object continue to be in its at rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless or until some external force compels it to change its state. If any object at rest, then it will be also at rest, and unless applied force on it. This is also known as law of inertia. The example of first law of motion: a book lying on a table is in a state or rest unless applied force on it. A book lying on a table, then it remains also in at rest position unless applied force on it. And an object continue to be in uniform motion unless some external force compels it to change it. If an object continue in uniform motion, then it remains in uniform motion unless applied force on it. And same, an object continue to move along a same straight line unless some external force compels it to change its direction of the motion. So this is the Newton's first law of motion statement, first law of motion. I repeat in Hindi. According to the Newton's first law of motion, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट यदि रेस्ट पोजीशन में है तो वो रेस्ट पोजीशन में ही रहेगा या वो. Let's discuss about inertia. What is inertia? Inertia of an object to resist any change its rest, state of rest or uniform motion of in a straight line is called inertia. In simply, let's understand. inertia किसी ऑब्जेक्ट का वह प्रॉपर्टी है जो उसके रेस्ट के पोजीशन में और उसके मोशन के पोजीशन में होने वाले परिवर्तन का विरोध करता है. ठीक, जैसे कोई ऑब्जेक्ट यदि रेस्ट पोजीशन में है तो वो रेस्ट में ही रहना चाहेगा जब तक हम उस पर कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स न लगाएं. तो एक्सटर्नल फोर्स लगाने पर भी वो अपोज करेगा. जैसे कोई ऑब्जेक्ट यदि मोशन कर रहा है और तेज मोशन कर रहा है, हम उस पर एकाएक उस पर ब्रेक्स लगा दें तो वो उसका अपोज करने के कारण उस मोशन का, उस फोर्स का जो हम फोर्स अप्लाई करते हैं उसका अपोज करने के कारण वो कुछ दूर तक जाएगा, तुरंत नहीं रुकेगा. ठीक, तो ये इस टाइप के प्रॉपर्टी को हम क्या कहते हैं? इनर्शिया of an object. Inertia, I repeat again, the property of an object to resist any change on its state of rest or uniform motion. Means inertia, हिंदी में इसको जड़त्व कहते हैं. जब inertia किसी ऑब्जेक्ट का वह गुण है जो उसके गति की अवस्था में, मतलब उसके मोशन के पोजीशन में और उसके रेस्ट के पोजीशन में जो चेंजेस होते हैं उसका अपोज करता है. ठीक, जैसे a furniture like chair, table, bed etc. do not change their own position on their own. Okay, मतलब बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं वो अपने आप पोजीशन अपना नहीं चेंज करती हैं, और आप चेंज करोगे तो आप उस पोजीशन में होने वाले चेंजेस का वो अपोज करेंगे। जैसे हम टेबल उठाते हैं तो टेबल को हमको उठाने के लिए फोर्स लगाना पड़ेगा, ठीक। सो इनर्शिया 3 टाइप्स के होते हैं, इनर्शिया ऑफ रेस्ट, इनर्शिया ऑफ मोशन एंड इनर्शिया ऑफ डायरेक्शन। देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ इनर्शिया, देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ inertia. Number 1, inertia of rest. Number 2, inertia of motion, and number 3, inertia of direction. Okay, there are 3 types of inertia: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction.